Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. I'm Mike. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Series 4 Imperial Shuttle by Jazzwares. Now, if you hadn't already, please follow, like, and subscribe to my social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get a notification of when I post new content. So after slaving all day under the suns of Tatooine, I took a trip to my local Walmart, and what do I find on the store shelf? The Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Imperial Shuttle. This is one of the most highly anticipated additions to this line by Jazzwares. I'm really excited to have this in hand because I've always wanted one of the Imperial shuttles that is scaled to the 3 3/4 inch action figures, and I was never able to afford one. So to be able to purchase this version just to have the Imperial shuttle is still really cool because it is awesome. It's much larger in person than I thought that it was going to be. Now, if you're watching this review and you don't know anything about the Imperial shuttle, this is the Sinar Fleet Systems T4A Lambda class shuttle. It is produced by Sinar Fleet Systems and Cygnus Spaceworks. There are two variants, the T4A Lambda class as well as the T5 Deliverance. This is a multi-purpose, multi-role transport that costs 140,000 credits. It's utilized by the Imperial Navy for a wide range of missions, including as an executive, personnel transport, a troop transport for special operations, and ship-to-ground transfers. The T4A Lambda class shuttle is 20 meters in length. It has a top speed of 54 megalight per hour MGLT. The maximum atmospheric speed of the T4A is 850 kph. It is equipped with two 204 sublight engines. It has a Class 1 hyperdrive and a Class 10 backup hyperdrive. It's equipped with deflector shields, short-range sensors, and a state-of-the-art navigation system. Now, as far as armament, the T4A is equipped with a total of 5 different weapon stations. It has a pair of forward-mounted Tame and Back KX-5 laser cannons, as well as a pair of forward-facing Tame and Back GA-60 twin rotating blaster cannons. It's also equipped with a single rear-facing Armec RZO retractable double blaster cannon. Crew complement on the T4A is 1 pilot and 1 co-pilot, with up to 4 additional personnel in the cockpit. It can carry up to 20 passengers in the troop bay, as well as 80 metric tons and 2 months of consumables on board. So, taking a look at the packaging, you can see the Star Wars banner in the upper left, as well as the Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary sticker on the left. You can see the Micro Galaxy Squadron logo in the bottom center. Of course, you have the Imperial Shuttle, as well as 3 minifigs, Emperor Palpatine and 2 Imperial Royal Guards. On the back of the packaging, in the left, you have a collectible blueprint. In the right center, you have your obligatory product shots, which demonstrate all the features of the Imperial Shuttle, including the opening and closing cockpit that'll hold up to 6 figures, your rotating strike foils, which will move into position 135 degrees each, your opening troop bay that'll hold up to 7 figures, your rear-facing blaster cannon, which will rotate up to 30 degrees, and the forward-facing blaster cannons, which will rotate up to 25 degrees. You also have retractable landing gear, and at the bottom you have some of the other ships in Series 4. You've got the TIE Interceptor, some droid crap, an A-Wing starfighter, a Y-Wing, a TIE bomber, and an N1 starfighter with that other dude that we don't care about. So here we have the Imperial Shuttle outside of the packaging, fully assembled. The first thing that you notice about this toy is the scale, how large it is. The second thing that you notice about it are the panel lines. There's a lot of attention to detail in this toy. It's very apparent that the designers went to great lengths to produce a screen-accurate replica of the Lambda class shuttle. So to begin, let's talk about the minifigs that are included. You have Emperor Palpatine on the left, 2 of his royal guards on the right. And you can see the attention to detail in the Emperor's face. Those look really nice. Let's talk about the features on the Imperial Shuttle. First and foremost, let's talk about the cockpit. The cockpit does have an opening and closing canopy. You can see that the canopy has transparent plastic that is semi-tinted. It has a single hinge here, which allows the canopy to pivot forward. Once you do that, you can see the cockpit on the inside and have access to it. And you can see that there are 6 seats, 2 forward, 2 in the center, 2 in the rear. See a molded hatch in the back to go to the troop bay. There are some communication consoles and computer terminals and things on either side of the cockpit. You see some molded controls running along the side. Minimum detail up front for the pilots. You can see the attention to detail, the ribbing in the seats, and the molding and the deck plating. All that's really cool. They went to that extent to mold that in. This is the single quality control issue on this toy, and I think what it is the canopy is crooked some way, because when you close it down, it looks like it's canted to one side, and on this side you have this section along the front part of the fuselage, and on this section on this side you can see that it's kind of split. I don't know why that is. It's like something's not connecting in here the way it should. We'll go ahead and talk about the boarding ramp since it's down. And on the Lambda class shuttle, it only has 2 landing struts on the rear that the ship balances on. And when it's sitting on a flat surface, it should be sitting higher to give proper clearance to the boarding ramp like this. And of course on the toy it isn't. It sits very low to the table, and it actually balances on the boarding ramp like that. If you want to close the boarding ramp, there's a single activation switch here that will close it, and you can close the landing gear, fold that up if you so choose to do so. See some molded detail on the inside of the landing gear well there, molded detail along the bottom. And then on the side, I will try to open this up. Okay, remove this panel so you guys can see the troop bay. Inside the troop bay, you got the Emperor's throne. You got seating in there for what, 7 action figures. You got a computer terminal in there. You can see the airlock between the cockpit and the troop bay, the engine compartment. All of that is just really cool. I do like that. Of course, you can just take this panel and pop it back into place like that. And I will go ahead and rotate stabilizers down so that you can see the forward mounted laser cannons. They do angle up and down like so. If you come around here to the rear, you can see the rear facing laser cannon, the ion engines, and it will pan left to right 30 degrees. So there's a lot of molded detail there. Then you can rotate these back up. So I did not have a transparent display base to position the Lambda shuttle on to demonstrate what it looks like with the strike foils fully extended in flight mode. So I positioned it on top of a roll of paper towels. Nonetheless, you can see this thing looks really cool. Alright, so I've brought out the Jazzware Micro Galaxy Squadron Series 1 Millennium Falcon so that you guys can see how it scales next to the Lambda class shuttle. This looks really awesome. It's very reminiscent of the scene from Return of the Jedi where the Falcon and the Lambda shuttle are parked on the hangar deck of Home 1 as they're preparing to launch the mission. It also speaks volumes about this collection because the designers have gone to great lengths to ensure that the scale of each ship and vehicle is accurate. That means all the ships and vehicles in this collection are correctly scaled one to another just as they would be in real life. Overall, this is an awesome collectible and toy. If you are a fan of Star Wars, you definitely want to add one of these to your collection. I guarantee you the value on the Micro Galaxy Squadron is going to exponentially increase over time, particularly ships like the Lambda class shuttle, because it's so desirable by collectors. The only thing I wish it included that it didn't have is electronic lights and sounds. So there you have the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Series 4 Imperial Shuttle by Jazzwares.